Hey everybody, James here from All American Guardian. On this video, I'm going to talk about citations. Some of you probably know what citations are, some of you don't. Citations are basically business listings online in on different directories. So one example of a citation for your business could be your listing on Yelp. Another one could be your listing on Yellow Pages. Another one could be your listing on Facebook. Another one could be your listing on um, City Search, or I mean, there's millions of these websites out there that actually they're a directory for businesses where they list three important things. Sometimes they list other things also, but the main three things are NAP, okay? And NAP stands for name, address, and phone number. And when these things get listed, they need to be listed exactly the same across all different directories that your listing shows up on. It could hurt you just to have something, the slight difference of, let's say you have a suite number, and on one of your listings you put suite, you spell out the word suite, and on another listing you put a number sign, and maybe on a different listing you put STE period for an abbreviation for suite. However you're going to list your business, it needs to be the same exact way across all listings, because this really, it even says right here, when I just typed in NAP citations, it says it's a critical factor in local SEO, that's search engine optimization. So this is going to help determine where you show up in the rankings, in the search engine rankings, when someone goes to Google and types in, Houston plumber. Do you want to show up on the first page? Of course. So it says it's a critical factor in local SEO and influences which companies Google and other search engines show for local intent searches. People often refer to occurrences of NAP data around the web as citations. So this can be a huge pain in the butt to go and put citations all over the place. And some people think, the more citations you have, the better. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but definitely you want some citations out there because it gives your business a little bit of legitimacy, because most businesses are listed in multiple business directories like the Yellow Pages, Yelp, Facebook, City Search, all these different places like this. And there's national citation listings and they're like Yellow Pages, but there's also local citations. So here in the part of Houston that I live in, there's actually a little a sector of Houston that's been annexed. It's called Kingwood. So it's basically like its own little city, but it's actually part of Houston. So it's Houston Fire Department, it's Houston Police Department, it's Houston Taxes. But because it's its own little area, its own community, there's a website called kingwood.com. So they actually have business listings. So that's an example of a local citation that's just for the Kingwood area. There's also one for another area that I live close to called Atascocita. There's Atascocita.com, and they have their own business listing. So that's another form of a local citation versus a national citation like a Yelp or Yellow Pages. So how do you go about doing these? You can do it manually, or you can have someone that works for you go and do it, but you got to make sure they go in there and put the exact same information on every single listing, and that they have an email access to go and verify those listings. The easier way to do it is to just hire someone who knows how to do this, because they can get 50, 60, 100 of them out there within a couple of weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. So the place that I would recommend right now, there's a lot of services out there, and if you know one that you love that someone else has talked great about, then go ahead and use it. But the guy, I know this guy personally, his name is Jonathan, and he runs a site called SEO Butler, formerly known as PBN Butler. He's got a lot of services on here related to search engine optimization and local search engine optimization. One of them is the Citation Service. So right here, we're at seobutler.com/product/citations, or when you go to seobutler.com, just click on citations. And right here, you can fill out this simple form, and you can upload your logo and any other images that you want to use on your business listings, because some of those, like Yelp or Yellow Pages, some of them will allow you to upload photos of your work or your business. And here you can type in anything else that they may need to know, and then just use this little bar here to order however many you want. And you can see right here, 30 would cost you $32.40. If you only want 20 citations is going to cost you 25 bucks. Let's say you want 100 citations. 100 citations cost 85, and so on and so on. Okay, obviously the more you order, it gets a little bit cheaper. So these citations get indexed. A lot of them do anyway. They get picked up by Google. Some of them don't though. They do. SEO Butler does do their best to get them indexed by submitting them to an indexing service. Says here their turnaround time is 10 to 14 days, so that's not bad at all. Do I need a real physical address? So that's the thing. You don't want to use like a PO box. If you have a business that's like home-based and you're wanting to do citations, you need a real physical address. So you can either use your home address, or you can use some type of mailbox service where you get, let's say they assign you mailbox number 304. You would just put number 304, as in it would look like a suite, but it's really not. What else could you do? You could actually rent office space at like a Regis or someplace like that if you wanted to make it more of a legit physical address, a street address. Let's see, another question here. There's frequently asked questions. Do you provide citations in so-and-so country? It says they can do citations anywhere except North Korea, but maybe that's coming soon as well, if you've been watching the news. Some of my citations aren't live. What now? We won't worry about that one. Do you offer citation cleanups? So this is where, if you've done citations in the past, or maybe sometimes citations actually just happen automatically on a few sites, they will scrape and just start picking up new businesses from public data, and they'll just put them into their own directory, and sometimes they don't put them in there right. So they actually offer a citation cleanup for $1 per listing, where they'll go in and edit the current listing or get it deleted and put the correct information in there, the correct name, address, and phone number. And then I get a report, they send you, I believe it's like a spreadsheet that shows you all the listings, and it's got direct links in there. So you can just click on the links within the email or the spreadsheet they give you, and it'll take you right to that website and show you what your business listing looks like on that website, so that you have proof that they actually completed the service for you. So one thing I will mention that could be a little bit of a negative when you're doing a lot of citations is that there are companies that basically scrape. They have software that scrapes information from directory sites like Yellow Pages. And once they scrape your information off there, they're probably going to put you in, they're going to put you on a list, which is going to get sold to somebody, or they're going to use it for themselves, and they're going to start selling you. They're going to start calling, and you're going to get a lot of sales calls. So sometimes when you first do citations, the first month or two after doing them, you may get bombarded with quite a few phone calls. I would just go into your phone system and block them after you've got a bunch of those kind of calls, so that, and eventually they will kind of slow down and they'll stop. But that's one, that happens with any new business. I mean, even when I've registered business names down at the courthouse, as soon as I register that business name, it's public information, and boom, I'm getting like 10 pieces of junk mail a day, wanting me to buy life insurance, wanting me to apply for a line of credit for my business, and so on and so on. So that's just kind of the name of the game. That's what happens. But just be prepared for it. I don't want to blindside you with that. So anyway, citations are great for local search engine optimization to help your business get found online, to help boost your website up in the rankings, because on most of these listings, besides name, address, and phone number, there's also a link for there's actually a like a hot link, lost my words now, but there's a hot link that you can click on that will lead straight to your website. Okay, so it's got your website listed, and typically people can just click on that if they visit that directory, and it'll shoot them right over to your website. So that's actually a backlink to your website, which helps with search engine optimization. Anyhow, let me know how many citations you've already got out there. So if you have any questions, or you need more information about Jonathan's service over at SEOButler.com, just drop them in the comment section below. And you guys take care. I'll see you on the next video.
All American Guardian, keeping vigil watch over your business website.